So today I'm here with John Lamerato, chairman of the English department. Just finished his 12th year here at the school.
Correct.
But before we begin the interview, why don't we take our I'll take my mask off, and John, if you take your face shield off.
Sounds like a plan. There we go. That's a little more comfortable.
Great. John, why don't you introduce yourself to us? You've been here 12 years, but I think many people probably don't know the backstory.
Okay, sure. Yes. From Michigan, and taught for 5 years in Michigan. And I had a really good friend who lived out in San Diego, and I came to visit him. And on that trip, I also happened to meet my wife, which I didn't know at the time. And we began dating long distance for a couple of years. And after a couple of years, it was either you need to make the move out here or this is going to not work any longer. And San Diego obviously was a great place to end up. So ended up blindly calling Saints one day and asked them if they had an open position in English, and they happened to, and the rest is history, so to speak. So still happily married today, have 2 kids, and I've been at Saints, as you said, for 12 years. I teach AP Literature and Composition. I also teach English 4, and I'm also the senior class moderator, which means I plan prom and freshman welcome week. So I'm really kind of ingrained myself with the senior class, and it's really an age group, and it's been that I really find a nice fit with, and it's been a real pleasure over the last 12 years.
Excellent. So things kind of changed at school here. We have a certain way of doing things here at the school, and we take a pretty expansive look at education, right, and with goals of educating the whole person, that sort of thing. And on March 13th was a day that was a Friday, and I remember John OBrien, our assistant principal, and Mr. Hearn, our principal, got up in front of the kids at Mass and said, essentially, this is the last day of class for a while. And then on Monday, I remember a faculty meeting early in the morning, and then we launched our online school. Could you tell me about your experience with that and kind of some of the feelings that you were experiencing then?
Of course, yeah. It was, I think for all of us at first, it was, this might last a week or this might last 2 weeks. And when we came to campus on Monday, I think Greg and Jim really set the tone where we can't miss a beat here. We need to go live immediately. And to me, that was really what separated us from most schools. We had the ability to do it also, but we also had kind of the willpower and the initiative of it has to happen now. And it was pretty scary. I had never even heard of Zoom before. I didn't know different Flipgrid, other online learning platforms, and they said, listen, we got to go with this now. We're going to provide you with the support. We're going to do what we can do to make it happen, but you're going to have to figure this out and be ready to go. I love that perspective because it was daunting. It was scary for a moment, but it also was this, we got to make it happen. We're Saints. We got to deliver right now. And I couldn't have been more proud or more impressed with the product we gave without dropping the ball for a moment. From that day, which is March 15th or 16th, to the end of the school year, we stayed right on the gas pedal. And I think our families, I think our students all benefited from that approach. So I thought it worked really well.
What was your basic class like when you were online? What was your basic, like in your mind, what were you trying to do? You had so many minutes, right, and I know you break class up into various sections.
It was a challenge because I think one of the strengths and one of the great things we do at Saints is in boys education, we know that you do 15 minutes of something and then you switch to something else. And you're always throughout a class keeping things quick and changing, and that was stripped away from us. And so we had to figure out on the fly, how do we make this still interactive? How do we keep them engaged in this new environment? So what we would do is, for me personally, I would lay out my lesson, and I would say, okay, for this week, here's the checklist you need to accomplish. I would check in with them twice a week. We would do online activities. We would do discussion board activities, and then we'd kind of go from there. So
just depending on what was going on. Right. So here we are. We're sailing through summer. We're thinking we're going to be in a hybrid situation in the fall. And Governor Newsom makes an order that all schools will be online. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think everyone's primary concern is safety. And are we going to be safe? And unfortunately, it's become a politicized issue when it's really not. And I thought our summer program was a great test run. Can this work? Can we do it at Saints? Can we provide a safe environment? And we did. So providing that safe environment, knowing that the students are not in a high-risk category, I'm not personally in a high-risk category, and taking all of the precautions, I feel comfortable being back on campus. And I think most of us feel the same, of being here and knowing that if we do it the right way, the safe way, I think we can be leaders in the community and show that this can work.
So, you've probably heard of the legal action that the school is taking, and so we're kind of in flux right now, not really knowing which way to go. Do you feel confident that the school can pivot to one or the other in just a matter of days?
Well, yeah, that's what's great is the admin team all summer, I know, has been constantly putting together plans. So they've already sent to the staff our game plan. Hey, if we have to go online, here's exactly what it's going to look like. If we have a hybrid of 3 days on, 2 days off, if we have a hybrid of 4 days on, 1 day off, we all know what that program is right now. We know exactly what it's going to look like. The other big strength of Saints is we're going to have a week of professional development meetings starting on Monday, where we're going to have the opportunity to flesh out some of these things in person and make sure we're ready to go, whatever the scenario. So I'm, of course, always confident with what we'll be able to accomplish, with the ideal being on the ground, obviously. But if we have to go online, just like we did in the spring, we're going to make it work.
Right. Well, John, thank you so much for being with us today. This was a very interesting. You're the first teacher we've actually had do this, and from your perspective, I think we've learned a lot this morning. So
Okay,
thank you
great.
so much.
No problem. Happy to be here.
Thank you.
Take care.